Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily, and I'm here with Colin from the channel CS Guitars. How you doing, Colin?
I'm doing quite fine this morning, actually. Yeah.
Good.
Still the morning. It is still the morning.
Did
Wow.
you make the shuttles, or were you one of the people who was late for the shuttles?
Oh, yeah, we were the last ones out. Yeah, we were the last ones out this morning.
Yeah. Well, how late were you all? So we're at 42 Gear Street in Weilburg, Germany. Big thanks to Sweetwater for sponsoring the podcast corner and my general trip here. We are using the Mackie DLZ Creator, and I have a Sennheiser MK8, and you have
An LCT 240 Pro from Lewitt.
Yes, really cool microphones. So thank you to all the brands that made it out. And thank you, Colin, for joining me for a little itty bitty podcast corner. So last night we went to a brewery,
Yes.
and there was there is this little there are a couple battery powered wireless PAs here. They're perfect for buskers and the Combo Audio guys. That's Combo with a K. They brought out theirs, which is that thing is wild how that works. So yeah. I really wanted to do a full video on one, but it was brought out and Andy Ferris started serenading everybody, and it was really lovely.
Beautiful Andy Ferris with his gorgeous voice. Yes,
I mean your gorgeous voice. You did the Proclaimers 500 miles.
Yes, he dragged me up to the Proclaimers purely for the accent. Yes,
I mean it worked. Did you how late were y'all there?
Oh, I don't even remember. This is the problem. We got out of there eventually, and then we were much later at the hotel as well. So.
Oh really? I didn't even. I was. Last night was the first night I've slept since
nice.
Sunday night, honestly. I was selfishly a little bit glad that kind of took over so at the hotel that we're all staying at, the YouTubers are staying at, there are traditionally nightly jam sessions. So there's drums, bass, guitars, and a bunch of cover songs, and my husband and I are directly above the stage, the room directly above the stage.
You drew that short straw.
You know what? It's not so bad. The first night we were there, we were so tired that we fell asleep when the normal cover band was playing. And I think we could have done it again last night, to be honest. But, oh, man, it felt good to sleep for 8 hours last night, for sure.
I bet it did. Maybe one of these days I'll get a long sleep here.
Oh, and one of the bean bags in Henning's backyard.
Oh, yeah, you just could crash out anywhere. It's such a comfy, cozy environment.
Yeah.
That one could, if one needed to, take a little snooze.
It's so nice. I live somewhere very urban, but sometimes I come to places like this. I'm like, this is really nice. And then I think, oh, I need to get something. I don't think there's a pharmacy in this town. I don't think there's a grocery store. So I'm like, well,
yeah,
I'd like to live places that are walkable.
Yeah, it's nice to have that stuff on your doorstep.
Yeah,
make it
really
easy to access. Because I know for myself, I'm extremely lazy. I won't plan ahead. I want to make sure I've gone that big trip to the shop and have everything I need. So yeah, having it close to hand is important.
How many times have I been cooking and then realized I didn't have an ingredient? I'd much rather walk 5 minutes to my grocery store than get in my car and drive 30 somewhere. It's not even a 30-minute drive, even a 15-minute drive. You're like, oh, God damn it.
The whole process.
Is there something else I can cook tonight? So is there anything you've been doing at 42 Gear Street that's been especially fun?
I've been hanging out and chilling with people. This event for me, because I've done so many of these events now, and I've made contacts with the brands and I've made videos, but now for me, it's really about hanging out with the people, getting a chance to talk, re-establish old connections, make new ones, and really just and exist in this space for a little while.
Yeah.
Being content creators, we all have quite a solitary life. And most people have that experience of sitting in their dank oubliette of a basement, just typing away on a computer, filming videos. So it's nice to get out here in the sun and meet people for real. And spend that time, have a beer and have a good time.
Totally. And what I've noticed about a lot of the YouTubers is even the ones who have day jobs like me, we work remotely for that day job, which makes it kind of possible to be able to do the YouTube channel without worrying about I have an hour commute. I don't want to. It's I just shut down, or even in the middle of the day, I have some time, I'll film something, and it just makes it easier. I couldn't imagine commuting and doing this, but that means I don't see anybody ever. I see him, my husband, who it's kind of the joke that does he really exist? Does he exist?
Well, I'm not seeing what you're seeing, I don't think. There's a faint haze, an aura there, but you've probably manifested something more physical.
Just an aura with a mustache?
Yes.
Yeah. And 2 sets of glasses on his head right now?
It's a stylish look.
No, his credentials literally say married Emily to be here.
Oh, it does as well.
Yeah, actually, Rick, can you bring that over so I can show it on the camera? I'm going to cover your last name.
But, if you've got any credentials at all, that's a good one to have.
Married Emily to be here. So if you are just listening to the audio version of this podcast, just imagine a laminated badge that says married Emily to be here with his name and a picture of a dog on it.
A beautiful doggy.
It's a beautiful.
In the snow, perhaps. It looks like a wintry shot.
It is. Or very, very dry. No, or I think that's a river.
Oh, perhaps a river.
A creek. So
Sorry.
I assume you're in Scotland?
Yes, I'm Scottish. I live just south of Edinburgh, but more of a Glasgow accent.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't know the difference.
Wow. I'm not going to say what I was going to say about Edinburgh. That's not fair.
Oh.
There's a little bit of, rivalry between the two cities.
I am sure. Like, American accents. Can you peg, like, regions of American accent?
I can tell the difference between different American accents, but if you were to ask me where they're from or what state it is based on, I'd be like,
So if I was like, oh yeah, sure, you betcha, you'd be like, well, that's different than the way you're talking right now. Yeah. But you wouldn't be like, that's obviously Minnesota and Wisconsin.
No, I would not be able to tell you any of that. I've unfortunately not learned my states.
Yeah, and meanwhile, like the region that you're in, you can be like, oh, you're from the west side of town versus the east side.
And in the UK, like we have so many accents very close together. We can tell, just you're 5 minutes down the road, different accent.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's much more localized, packed together.
So people in Edinburgh, do they sass you for your Glasgow accent?
Oh, that Glasgow.
Sorry, Glasgow.
Glasgow. No, it's more Glasgow slags off Edinburgh because Glasgow's a very working class city and very proud of that. They built ships on the Clyde and they've got that. We're proud of our heritage of where we're from. We're not posh and we know it and we're proud of it. Whereas Edinburgh likes to pretend they're a little bit more high class.
Ah, likes to pretend they are, you say?
Yeah, they like to pretend they're a little bit more high class and we're above all this. And we're like, from Glasgow side, we're like, no, you're not. Just act normal.
Is Camera Obscura from Glasgow? Do you know that band?
I don't actually know.
Okay.
So I'm afraid I can't answer that question for you.
All good. What gear have you seen here that's been special to you?
Ooh, there's a lot of PJD guitars.
Yeah, that's the one, man. I really like those guitars.
Everyone's been talking about just how good they are. Everyone's got their favorite one.
Yeah. What's your favorite one?
It was a hardtail Stratocaster. I think it was in gold.
That's a nice gold too.
Yeah, and I just really vibed with that one for some reason.
They weigh nothing. They have this beautiful open grain, and it's a really nice, classy gold. It's not like a heavy flake, obviously, because of the open grain, but they're all really nice guitars. They play beautifully.
They certainly do. They're just classy put together, and I love how they'll do P90s in the neck position and a humbucker in the bridge. You don't see that all too often, but it works on their models, and you can get those nice in between tones. And like you said, the open pore finishes and the pastel pinks, they're all really sweet.
Yeah, Henning walked up on me playing the pink one. And he's like, I think he called it, it's sexism. You're handing her the pink guitar. I'm like, I like pink guitars.
We've all been picking up the pink guitars. There's
it's great.
There's no separation of genders or anything there. We all love the pink.
Pink is more traditionally a masculine color, and it was for a long time.
Oh, originally.
Yeah, it used to be like swapped. So these things don't mean anything, man. They really don't.
It's just colors.
It's just colors.
It's just colors. Enjoy what you like.
Yeah, I went a long time. Like, I was such a tomboy growing up. Do you have that phrase in the UK, tomboy?
Yeah, tomboys.
Yeah, so I was like really adamantly against pink. And as I've gotten older, I'm like, it's a nice, because I wear a lot of black, so it really goes well against the black. And today I wear orange, of course.
Yeah, I know so many women who went through that stage as a young girl, as a young woman, you're like, oh, I'm never getting involved in that pink thing.
No,
I'm better than that. And then finally got to a point where they're like, no, I can accept that I like this now.
Yeah, well, I think part of it is like when you're really little, people just push it onto you, and then you kind of like, you don't want that. And like, stop buying me pink shit. I don't wear pink shit. And then, because then all your toys like that people buy you are pink. And I think that if you don't like the girly toys that come in pink, I think you just start associating that color with shit you don't like.
Sure.
Then as you get older, things aren't like that aggressively gendered in a way that it feels like forced on you.
So then it's your choice as opposed to what's been handed to you.
If I'm getting a pink guitar, something that's like traditionally kind of a masculine thing to do, play guitar, then at least it's my choice and it's a little different and stuff like that. So yeah. The ghost just took a picture of us.
Oh. Saving the moment. Oh, beautiful.
Thanks, Rick. See, you acknowledged it.
It's starting to come through now. The longer I'm sitting in your presence, the more I'm getting that physical manifestation.
So you can see why I think it's real.
Yeah.
No, the PJD guitars I think are kind of the belle of the ball this year. Though I've played a really nice Ibanez. I did a video with Hunter from Agu Fish.
Yeah.
That'll be on the YouTube channel for those who care about that kind of thing. And I was playing this Ibanez guitar and I forgot the model name, but it was so lightweight and it went from like purple and then you kind of change the angle and it's gold. I'm like, oh.
I love those flip-flop finishes.
I do too.
I have an Ibanez Xiphus from one of the original run of those, the big X-shaped heavy metal thing, and it had that chameleon flip-flop paint job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a bit of a love for those.
I love that kind of thing. They look so good on stage and in videos and stuff. Like I have her signature Stratocaster Fenders, and that's like a holographic kind of thing. Ooh. And I have a holographic guitar strap from Rocket Music Gear to go with it. But I love playing that thing on stage. It just transforms under the stage lights in a really cool way.
Gives the audience an extra bit of show.
A little bit. It's really nice. And thank you again for recording with me earlier in the day, because yesterday I did some recording and it was very hot. The camera was overheating. I don't do a video podcast traditionally anymore, but Henning was like, you need to do video. So I was like, okay. I'll do video.
It's his event. You've got to do what he says.
Yes, and then the camera was overheating, badly.
I had some GoPro overheating issues yesterday as well. Well, not just the GoPro. I was overheating.
Yeah, I think we all were. Like the first full day. By the time we got to the restaurant, so the first night we went to an Italian restaurant and they sat us upstairs and it was so fucking hot. I thought I was going to pass out.
You went and opened all those windows wide up and it didn't change a thing. There was no air coming through at all.
Like, and then I look at the other side, like the side the windows aren't on. Well, the opening windows aren't on, and you see like the trees moving. You're like, there is a breeze out there. It exists. It exists, but I can't.
You can't get it. It's not coming to you.
Oh, so disappointing, man. But have you seen that? We talked about the combo audio thing. I think that's the other belle of the ball.
Oh yeah, no, it's really fun, and they've got it on the gravity trolley, and they're pushing it around.
Oh, sick!
So they're really showing off how portable this thing is. Completely battery powered, and it's got the modules that can just click on and off, so you can change your band. If you want you want two singers, you can have two singers. You want guitarists, you put them on.
Which is a little bit more flexible than the Bose S1, which that has its benefits too, like that, because the Bose S1 has the line out, and then the modules charge within the actual PA thing itself, which I do think that's neat. But the combo audio thing with the modules, and you can like add effects for like electric guitar and acoustic guitar, and that's like really cool.
The effects are built into the little wireless receiver module.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have a separate pedal board or amplifier set up. You can just be like, I want some distortion, I want some reverb, I'll dial it in there. Yeah,
because normally with those kinds of things, if you're playing electric guitar, you need to bring a pedal board with like one of those. I did a video with Sweetwater of the Mission USB rechargeable power supply, and like that worked great. That would work great. But it's still another thing. But if you just want like some like overdrive and some like reverb or delay, whatever the hell it has, I don't remember. It's right there, and you can have like 4 modules or something and mix them all separately. And if you apparently, don't quote me on this, but the way I heard it was, you can link several of them together, and you can get up to 70 different modules going.
That was my understanding of what they told me as well.
70, yeah.
Because you can stack the units on top of each other. They transmit between the unit and the modules by light. They've got a little like a LED that's sending data. So if you just stack them up, it just optically goes right the way through. So you can build a PA system, a full rack PA system out of that.
Yeah, because the thing is, I was looking at that, I'm like, that's not just for busking. Like if you're a touring band and you need to bring your own PA, because we do that sometimes. As long as it can keep up with an acoustic drum kit, which they say it can, like that seems like it would work way better than what we were doing, which, you know, we had the Mackie powered mixer, which that worked great. And we had like Mackie, I believe, also a passive PA system, and like it worked great. But like the combo thing is also just like a really cool alternative for that.
It gives you everything sort of in a really neat little bundle, and I was surprised by how loud it was. I was also surprised when
because we went for a walk while you all were busking.
Oh yeah,
and we could hear you. We could hear it like pretty far away, honestly. And you weren't even like, it's not like you all were on a hill and we were in a valley. It was, it was pretty loud.
It seems to have a juice to do what it needs to do, which is great.
Keep up with an acoustic drum kit. I think that's what it would need to do. Yeah, and also this is random, but this is like I never heard of like gravity stands before. I really like this microphone boom with the
integrated cable management. I saw that yesterday and was like, that's a really smart idea.
It is really smart. Yeah, I like that a lot. Cool. Was there anything else you wanted to hit while we're...
I just wanted to say that it's been wonderful meeting you in person finally. It's
Likewise.
Been quite a few years that I've known about you, and we've been interacting in the same circles online, but to actually sit with you and get a chance to, you know, catch up and talk properly has been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. That's been one of the coolest things because not a lot of Europeans have been to the events that I've been able to do. Like the first Sweetwater Gear Fest, no Europeans. And this past year, like Henning and Carlos were there, but I don't think very many other people were. It's just expensive.
It's expensive and it's difficult. And if people have been to other events throughout the year, it becomes harder to justify going to, especially when you're traveling a great distance. So getting a chance, these chances don't come along often enough, and it's good for us all to get together like this.
Big thanks again to Sweetwater for making that happen for me. It means the world to me. So yes, thank you, Sweetwater. Thank you, 42 Gear Street 5. And to all of the volunteers and stuff who've just been amazing. I just had no idea how like smoothly the ship would run, and it's been just a dream, an absolute dream to be a part of.
There's so many people behind the scenes making this work, working very, very hard before we get here and after we've left. And we can forget sometimes that there's just a lot of stuff going on there that we don't get to see either. Yeah,
because even at Gear Fest, though, there were a lot of people helping. I had to set up every camera. I had to do all the editing, and the only things I'm going to have to edit here are things I've just kind of filmed on the side, like this podcast.
Yeah, you can go home with a completed video that you don't have to do anything with other than upload.
And like put the outro or whatever.
Make sure the brands and the sponsors are on there. They're making this possible. They need to be mentioned.
They do. So again, thank you, Sweetwater. Thank you, Mackie. Thank you, Lewitt. Thank you, Sennheiser. Thank you, Shure. Did I miss anybody? Gravity. Thank you. And everybody out there, thanks for watching. Thanks for understanding. My name is Emily.
And I'm Colin.
Goodbye.